Oh, look at this. No. There we go. Oh, look at this. Happy Pride Month. Also happy Caribbean Heritage Month. Beautiful times. Good to be alive. Get this. I want to get this so it's perfect. Getting sick. There we go. Oh, look at this. How are you? I'm Joss Blake, as you all know. This is Painter's Breakfast. It's a breakfast show where I just kind of talk about whatever. Art stuff, life stuff, fun stuff. I had a very unnecessarily stressful week last week. And then it just ended very beautifully. So thank you. Some of you might know I have a podcast called the Painter Files Podcast. And on the Painter Files Podcast, it's very similar to this, except no food, obviously. Sometimes I do movie reviews. Sometimes I do just check-ins. Lots of fun kind of little bits. And I was just scared. I had a peer review with a bunch of podcasters who I deeply respected, and they loved my work. I was very afraid that they were going to hate it, and it made me feel so good. So, to all of y'all in the group, thank you very much. Yeah. So today's food is my good friend's Mellow Water. Their flavor is the watermelon water passion fruit. It's one of my favorite ones. The pink one, as I refer to it. From eLife, I got their Veggie Mac and their barbecue not vegan drumsticks. Got some nice coffee with some oat milk from my very, very cool lady mug of all the cool ladies of art in history. And yeah. And my little favorite statue that one of my best friends in the whole world got me a very long time ago from New Mexico, Carlos Bustamante. Wonderful man, great father, cool husband. Not to me, obviously. I have a wife, but you know, it's good to know. It's good to know, you know, things to strive for. Sexy dad moments, you know. I'm a cat dad, so I don't have those. I've been working on trying to figure out what to do to supplement like my meditations I was doing on the podcast with my audience, because I hadn't really been meditating outside of it, and I took a little time off from doing those. So I've been kind of making patterns in my artwork to further give myself a little more mindfulness, I guess, is the right word. There's so many of these. But you've seen these before. If you follow me, you've seen these before. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Life, you know? Let me see. I put out a video last week. And although I love you very much, and I appreciate your concern for me, my stating my anxieties video was not really like a call for help, which I think some people thought it was. It was more just telling you like you're not alone in these feelings. Like you're not alone. You're not alone in your fear of failures. You're not alone in your fear of success. You're not alone in your fear of loneliness. You're not alone in your fear of happiness. Like they're all very valid and very regular feelings that a lot of us have. I just think sometimes people see people like me and people who are more successful than me in the art and media spaces and get this impression that we got it all figured out and we don't have the same problems. And we do. We absolutely do. I myself am, every time I have like a big success, my heart drops because I'm so afraid that I'm not going to be able to live up to that. And that's, that's pretty normal, honestly. I take vitamins, I have health problems like everybody else does, I have anxiety about life and living and surviving and current events and all that shit. Like, we're all living it. All of us. Together. I've got this shirt. It says, my very old shirt that I'm going to make another version of it. I'm going to close my store online for like a week, and I'm just going to make a whole bunch of new stuff, and it's going to open up everything. This one says, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Because it's been my thing for a long time. Hey, cat. It's been my thing for a long time that I've been hoping and, trying to just beat myself past being productive even though I'm exhausted. I don't know how to not feel that way. I just don't. I don't know how to be I don't know how to be proud of myself. You know what I mean? Like, I've been taught my whole life to be humble about things. And I know I joke about being this like confident, cocky guy, but I'm really not. I remember growing up as a kid, and like kids would say I was ugly, they would make fun of my hair, they would pick on me for saying, I worship the devil, like all types of stuff. And it, it messed me up a little bit for a little while. Not so much that I was offended. I mean, being told you're ugly and you have stupid hair is very upsetting. But the devil thing I didn't really care about because I was like, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. This whole concept of, good morning, Zeph. This whole concept of like being different, and so obviously by being different and having like a counterculture of what like people expect everyone to just be like, is difficult because like you're just from somewhere else. I'm just from the Caribbean. That's all it was. We have different belief systems on occasions. We have different food, we have different smells, we have different hair, different faces. I got this nose going on. My skin is kind of a clay color, I guess is the best way I can describe it. So I went through all of it. That's how it goes sometimes. But I think in the long run, like it definitely helped me become the guy that I am. But at the same extent, like it was hard. It was very hard. I gotta eat some food. I'm very hungry. But I had a good support system, and that helped me a lot. I mean, I definitely had issues where I felt very alone, but I don't know that that was reflective of what was actually going on or just how I felt at the time. I think it's very easy to kind of write off feeling like an outsider and like a loner, and being a young kid. My favorite music was like reggae, soca, punk rock, and like old jazz music. Eventually, I learned to love hip hop. But as I was growing up, initially, and radio station and all these things, that wasn't the music that I was brought up with. I had a lot of like Latin jazz musicians. And just a lot of like powerful figures. Which brings me to my Sunday afternoon radio, live little radio podcast. I just keep doing these to myself. I don't know why. So it's called Painter's Radio, and I just pick a bunch of music and I play, and maybe I talk a little. Mostly I just play music. It's a good thing to just kind of chill and listen to, and you can listen to it while you're reading. You can listen to it while you're in the bathroom. You can listen to it anywhere you want, in your car, etc. And it's just like this week, it was like Celia Cruz, so Georgie, Lee Morgan, John Coltrane, Nina Simone, and there was one more. Chet Baker was on. These are all musicians. I didn't interview anybody. Lee Morgan, Nina Simone, John Coltrane. I think that was it. That was a couple, but I played a couple records, couple of tracks, albums, if you will. Oh, Miles Davis. I knew there was another one. And it was just chill. So you can listen to it live, or if you choose to, you can hear it later. Hey, what's up? ¿Qué pasa? And yeah, it was good. I'm gonna try to do it on like maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock on a Sunday, Eastern time. See how that goes. I like it because I can just pick out a track listing. Let it play, and then just draw. And occasionally I'll pop on, like I said, maybe say a couple words. I've gotten good feedback about it. It was super chill. I know I have breakfast like in the middle of the day for most people. So when I ask you, hey, what did you have for breakfast today? I don't expect that you're eating breakfast right now. For me, once again, just to state for the new people who came in, I got coffee. I got, let me see, it is a North African roast with oat milk and honey. I got Mellow Waters, passion fruit, the pink stuff. E-Life's Veggie Mac and vegan drumsticks, barbecue drumsticks, which are fire. I happen to know this is local. This is like up the street from me. I don't know where Mellow Water is located. I know it's good though. So there's that. My wife and I have gotten really into it and tried all the flavors. I'd love to get a sponsorship from them, but yeah. I don't know that they're doing that. I sent out a thing, I didn't get anything back. But when I was talking to the group of artists that I hang out with, they said, just try. The worst case scenario that happens is you get nothing back. Or they say no. And then you continue to do all the things you're already doing. So there's that. So did anybody have anything special for breakfast? Did they not have breakfast? Did you skip breakfast? Did you have something fun happen this week. Like, I know it's a Monday, so fun happened this week could mean anything. Had an egg thingy and some cherries. Ooh. I do like cherries, but I never really get the opportunity to eat them very often. I don't know why. I blame it on climate change, but that's not why. I just don't eat them very often. I do enjoy them though. I have to buy them first. Have to buy them first. I do have to buy them first. This is true. So Alec, my wife, for those who don't know, has a allergy to cherries, so she can't eat them. So if I buy them, I have to eat all of them. I used to eat them a lot with my mom when I was growing up as a kid. My lips would be all stained red, and my fingertips. Just a lot of hair. It's this size face, I guess. I don't know. Big-headed kid. Eating some cherries out of a bowl. Sitting on the floor. Even though there was lots of places to sit. My fingers are stained purple. There you go. I kind of like it though. I've always liked it. I have this weird. I might have a slight allergy to them though, because I remember. I'll fix this. I remember when I was a kid, if I ate a whole bunch of them, eventually like my gums would kind of itch a little bit. So that might have been a food allergy. But I ate like a crazy amount of them. I ate like plums and peaches and nectarines and cherries. And like a big bowl. I have to leave the cherries alone then. Definitely have an allergy. I don't know. I might be okay. They're really good for your blood though. I got a notification that Alec, I sent Alec this video this morning of this skit from Black Lady Sketch Show where they rent out a community rec center, but they're like a all-lady gang, two all-lady gangs having like a gang war, but over like synergy in their gang and collating and stuff like that. And like Tracy Ellis Ross is in it. Almost died there. Issa Rae is in it. A whole bunch of people. And it's just a really fun, silly video, but I try and watch stuff like that before I start the day. Just, it gets me in the right mood. You know? Robin Thede. Link that video in the description, please. Oh yeah, I will. Yeah, it's just one of those things where I try to listen to music, I try to watch videos, I try to do all these things that are really like positive and happy. It just gets me in the right mood, you know? Before the video, before I get up. I woke up today, Tom was sitting on my chest, licking my nose, just happy to see me alive. So we lay there for a good 5 minutes. Alec just laughed and watched. They're all sitting in the window right now, the producers. Sitting in the window right now, watching somebody use a leaf blower or something. Fascinating stuff. Probably squirrels too. It's nice. It's just nice, you know. You want to have. It's not a hot day. It's kind of cool outside. I got to do a little bit of laundry today. Um, Throw out some boxes. Maybe vacuum a little. We have a couple more cups of coffee eventually. I've been thinking about my next movie I want to do for the I Dream of Dead Mice. I think I might have figured it out. I think I did. I keep doing that. It's mostly the ring. It's not the hand as much. It's a little bit of the hand, but mostly the ring. We did see the new Miles Morales movie last night, though. Or first thing in the morning yesterday. The Spider-Verse movies are probably my favorite movies from Marvel. Which says a lot, because I don't typically care very much about those movies. A lot of the characters don't really matter to me. A lot of stories don't matter to me. I'm a huge advocate of comic books, but it's a very different type of thing, the movies versus the books. In some cases, it's exciting to see them put to life. But in other cases, I just don't care. They oftentimes elevate these kind of elevate and tell these stories for characters that I've just never cared about. And in some cases, that's really exciting because you suddenly found yourself deeply enthralled in these stories of people you've never heard of. Okay, mellow water is made in Vietnam. Cool. I did not know that. Very delicious. That may be why they haven't got back to me. Yeah, but in some cases, it's exciting to hear stories about people, new stories you haven't seen before. But then I think back to like movies that I want to watch that I haven't gotten a chance to watch yet, like The Green Knight and such. And I think I want to maybe watch a couple of those this year. I'll mostly be watching them by myself. The Venn diagram that is movies that Alec likes, movies that I like, they don't always cross, you know? Sometimes they're very here on things. So it might just be me and Tom Nochi. The Triforce, if you will. And then, yeah, I'll record a review, take a nap, tell you about a dream, do the whole thing. So, I don't know. But I'm excited about it. The concept of I Dream of Dead Mice and whatnot. It still exists on the Painter Files podcast. It has not left there. There was a moment where I thought it might, but it's not. By the way, refuses to divulge Woodkin's natural flavors. Yeah, that sounds about right. And who needs to know? Exactly. Well, I learned a long time ago working at a co-op that the word natural is not a legally binding word in the description world for foods. Not the way like organic is. There's certain things I do, some natural flavors are allergenic. Oh yeah. No, I agree with that. Galeras, you'd be so proud of me. I have not had a soda, which is like my vice, in about 2 weeks. I've been drinking like these guys sometimes and coconut water. Mostly coconut water, but mostly just a lot of water. I'm starting not to crave it anymore, which is nice. I have like bubbly water on occasion, and that seems to do well by me. So I'm proud of me. I've been feeling my bones hurt, and I've been told that stuff's not really good for that. So cut back, you know. All right, Galeras, I have finished all that I have. We have talked. It has been wonderful. I bid you adieu. I'm going to work on a podcast today, draw a little more, and relax. I'll see you later, Galeras. Painter out. Ciao. Have a great day. Adios. I always feel bad people show up right at the end.